Hello everyone, welcome back to the Practically Blind workshop. Today I am going to be making a Halloween decoration, and in preparation for today's video I've glued up this panel and I've got some solar powered fairy lights, and what I'm going to start by doing is drawing my shape out on this panel and then in a minute cutting it out. So what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to draw one half and then I'll cut that out and I'll use that as a template for the second half. So next I'm just going to quickly super glue these pieces back together so I can flip it and use it as a template for the other side. So yeah, now I can take that offcut, flip it over and just get a mirror image roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect. Pumpkins aren't perfectly round. Now I'll just cut that side out. So that's the main pumpkin shape cut out. I'm now going to mark out some eyes, a mouth and maybe a nose, and then I'll get that cut out as well. So after a lot of messing around and cutting out cardboard templates, I think I've got my final design. So what I'm going to do now is drill holes inside these cutouts to get the jigsaw in and then cut them out. Right, so I got the eyes and mouth cut out. What I'm going to do now is just clean the cuts up with a couple of rasps and then give the whole thing a good sand down. So yeah, just giving it a quick sand down. I don't have to get rid of these lines because it's going to get painted now. And what I'll do is I'll just do a fast forward montagey thing of it being painted. So that's it all painted. Not the best paint job in the world, but it's a Halloween decoration, so it doesn't need to be. You could just leave it like that, but I'm actually going to be attaching some solar powered fairy lights to the back. There's loads of ways that you could attach these fairy lights to the back of this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive screws in, leaving them proud, and tie and wrap the fairy lights around the screw heads. And what that will do as well is raise the whole thing off the wall, which will allow a nice glow, hopefully, to radiate from behind the pumpkin face. that's the lights all fitted. Now I'm just going to attach this loop of wire with a washer and a screw so that this can be hung on a wall. There it is, all finished. If you want to see it in its full glory in the dark and with the lights on, watch till the very end. But other than that, I'd just like to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you could give me a like, I'd really appreciate it, and a comment, and press the bell so you get notified when I upload. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.